2020 జేఈఈ మెయిన్ ఫలితాలలో ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ విద్యార్థుల ప్రభంజనం. ఆల్ ఇండియా అన్ని కేటగిరీస్లు 18, 35, 251, 253, 582, 606, 778, 780, 812, 821, 1031, 1039, 1303, 1575, 1654, 1753, 1754, 1978 ర్యాంకులే కాక మరెన్నో ఉత్తమ ఫలితాలు సాధించిన విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్. ఈ ఫలితాలు సాధించడానికి కారణమైన లెక్చరర్లు మరియు తల్లిదండ్రులకు మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్.
Right, good morning, welcome back. So today let us solve some problems. First one, for NH4HS solid which dissociates into ammonia and H2S, for this equilibrium Kp is given. Equilibrium pressure of the mixture, you have to find the equilibrium pressure of the mixture. So let us solve this. Let equilibrium pressure be P. Let us assume the equilibrium total pressure as P. So as you can see here, NH4HS solid, this is a solid, ammonia gas, H2S gas. There are two gases which are present in 1:1 ratio. There are two gases which are present in 1:1 ratio. So at equilibrium or at any time, the concentration of ammonia will be equal to concentration of H2S. If you do not alter, if you don't disturb, they will be present in 1:1 ratio, so their concentrations will be equal. Since they are gases, their partial pressures will be equal. See here, there are only two gases and they are both are products and they are present in 1:1 ratio. That is why I am writing this. If you have gas here, then I cannot write, because total pressure will equal to sum of the partial pressures. So partial pressure of ammonia equal to partial pressure of H2S. What is Kp? Kp equal to partial pressure of ammonia into partial pressure of H2S. Partial pressure of ammonia and partial pressure of H2S. But partial pressure of ammonia plus partial pressure of H2S is equal to total pressure at equilibrium. So what I can write? If both are equal and both equal to P, so this must be equal to P by 2. P by 2 plus P by 2 equal to P, right? Or let us write like this. Partial pressure of ammonia must be equal to partial pressure of H2S, but partial pressure of ammonia plus partial pressure of H2S must be equal to total pressure at equilibrium. Therefore partial pressure of ammonia must be equal to H2S equal to P by 2. Kp equal to partial pressure of ammonia into partial pressure of H2S, that is P by 2 into P by 2. Right, Kp is given as 64, so this is equal to 64. So P equal to P square, 2 2s are 4, 8 into 2 16. So you will get option B. Coming to the next question, for the reaction N2 gas plus 3H2 gas equilibrium to NH3, Kp value is given. You have to find delta G naught. You have to find delta G naught for the reaction. In the last class, I think we have studied the relation delta G naught equal to minus 2.303 RT log of equilibrium constant. Here equilibrium constant given is Kp, so I am writing Kp log of Kp. So substituting the values, minus 2.303, So before substituting R value, see the options kilojoules, 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 kilojoules. Substitute R value in kilojoules. What is R value? 8.314 into 10 power minus 3 joule per mole per Kelvin. Temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius, it must be in Kelvin. So 273 plus 25, you will get 298 Kelvin. 298 Kelvin. Log of Kp, Kp is 6.1 into 10 power minus 5. Okay. So this is log A into B, log A plus log B, log 6.1 plus log 10 power minus 5. Log 6.5 is some 0.783. This is log 10 power minus 5 is minus 5. So this upon simplification you will get answer in kilojoules per mole. You get approximately plus 24 kilojoules. In which of the following case the reaction is nearer to completion? So this is just an observation. If K equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, most of the reaction proceeds for completion. You can assume that the reaction will proceed for completion. Just an observation. If equilibrium constant is less than 10 power minus 3, see the difference, 10 power 3, 10 power minus 3. In this case, the reaction moves more in backward direction. The reaction mostly proceeds in backward direction. In this case, the reaction proceeds more in forward direction and to completion. So this is like a scale 10 power minus 3, 10 power 3. So if the K value is greater than 10 power 3, K value is greater than 10 power 3 in this direction from here, reaction almost proceeds for completion, reaction moves in forward direction. If K value is less than 10 power minus 3, reaction moves more in backward direction, reaction means more in backward direction. If it lies between these two, you can assume that it remains at equilibrium. This is just an observation. So higher the K value in the given option, higher the K value, that reaction proceeds for completion. So general for reference, you can take 10 power 3. So see the first option 10 power 6, 10 power 3, 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 12. Higher the K value, more the reaction proceeds for completion, nearer to completion. So we have two options, we have to select only one, therefore I will pick the higher K value. Higher the K value, more it proceeds for completion. Next one, in the heterogeneous equilibrium, CaCO3 solid equilibrium, CaO solid plus CO2, this is the equilibrium given. What would be the effect of addition of CaCO3 on equilibrium concentration of CO2? So to this equilibrium, if I add some more CaCO3, does it affect? See, CaCO3 physical state is solid. So if you add some more solids have less surface area, and we assume that the concentration of solid to remain constant throughout the process. We neglect the change in the concentration. It doesn't mean that they will not react, they will react, but the mass that actually reacts compared to the mass that you have taken is very less. Therefore, the addition of solids, even if you add some more amount of solid, we assume the concentration of CaCO3 to remain constant. So, when you add solid which do not, whose concentration we assume to remain constant, do not affect the position of equilibrium. Therefore, the concentrations do not change much. So, answer is remains unaffected. Once again, we are adding solid. The concentration of pure solid is assumed to be constant irrespective of its mass. Irrespective of what you are adding, its concentration is assumed to be constant because its surface area is less amount will react. Therefore, the equilibrium concentrations do not change much or considerable. Therefore, what we can say, it remains unaffected when you add solids. Next one. In a system A solid equilibrium 2B gas plus 3C gas, if concentration of C at equilibrium is increased by a factor of 2, what will be the equilibrium concentration of B? Change in B. Okay. So, in the beginning, what is Kc for this reaction? Concentration of B square, concentration of Cq. Right. Set temperature T. Now, to this equilibrium, you are adding C, you are increasing concentration of C by 2 times. So, let C dash be 2 times of C. 2 times of C. We have to find B dash, concentration of B dash. After adding, the concentrations are changing. So, C becomes C dash, B becomes B dash. But remember, Kc will not change. Kc depends on temperature. I am not changing temperature. So, Kc remains as such. So, what happens? So, here Kc must be equal to B dash square C dash Q. Kc must be same because temperature is constant. If you change concentration, Kc value will not change. At constant temperature, K remains constant. So, they must be equal. So, C dash is nothing but 2C whole cube. So, what I will get is okay, let us write for B dash directly. Two cube is nothing but 8. I can cancel these two. Square root so it becomes 1 by 2 root 2 times of original value. Next question, for the decomposition of ammonia, that is NH2NH3 gas equilibrium N2 plus 3H2, right, in a sealed tube, okay, you have to identify the statement, correct statement. Kp does not change with pressure. Remember, Kp is nothing but equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant changes with two factors, one is temperature and doesn't change with concentration and pressure. So, this is not correct. Kp does not change with pressure, that is correct, right. So, this is correct statement. Concentration of, next let us say second statement, concentration of H2 is less than that of N2. See, they are present in 1:3 ratio. They will be produced in 1:3 ratio. That means if 1 mole of nitrogen is produced, you will get 3 moles of hydrogen. If 2 moles of nitrogen is produced, you will get 6 moles of hydrogen. That means the amount of hydrogen produced is 3 times. The concentration is 3 times that of nitrogen. Therefore, this statement is wrong. Concentration of hydrogen is less than that of nitrogen. That is not correct. So, if I assume 1 liter container, it becomes 1 by 1, whereas this becomes 3 by 1. 1 mole per liter, 3 moles per liter. So, its concentration is more, hydrogen concentration is more. Concentration of ammonia does not change with pressure. All are gases. When you have gases, then if delta n is 0, that means if you have same number of moles on right hand side and left hand side, same number of moles of gases, then only pressure has no effect. But here you have 2 moles of gases here, 4 moles of gases here. Delta n is not 0. Therefore, pressure will shift the equilibrium. Right. So, this is not correct. Concentration of ammonia does not change with pressure. That is not correct. Kp changes significantly with pressure. If first is correct, second cannot be correct. So, the answer is A. Kp does not change with pressure. Next one. On heating a mixture of SO2, Cl2 and CO, 2 equilibria are simultaneously established. So, first equilibrium is this one, SO2 Cl2 gas equilibrium SO2 gas plus Cl2 gas. Second equilibrium that is present in the same system, CO plus Cl2 gives CO Cl2. Here one of the interesting point is Cl2 is product here, here it is reactant. The concentration here and here must be same because they are present in the same system. The concentration of Cl2 here and here must be same. That is the meaning of simultaneous equilibrium in the same system. Right, let us see the effect. On adding more SO2, so you are increasing SO2. You are increasing SO2 concentration. What happens? Let us see. When you increase SO2 concentration, if you are increasing the concentration of a product at equilibrium. So, if you add SO2, the system will not remain at equilibrium, but it will try to come back to equilibrium by nullifying the effect. Nullifying means it has to decrease SO2. To decrease the concentration of the product, equilibrium shifts in which direction? Forward direction. For some time, equilibrium moves in backward direction. When it moves in backward direction, concentration of Cl2 decreases. Concentration of Cl2 decreases. So, if Cl2 here it decreases, here also it decreases. If it decreases, so addition of SO2 shifts this equilibrium in forward direction, due to which concentration of Cl2 decreases. So, here concentration of Cl2 is decreasing because same Cl2 concentration must be maintained. If concentration of Cl2 decreases, then this equilibrium will shift in forward direction. So, COCl2 concentration decreases, CO concentration increases. Cl2 increases, CO increases, COCl2 decreases. When you add SO2, reaction moves in backward, so SO2 Cl2 concentration increases, which results in decrease in Cl2. Cl2 must be same, so here also Cl2 decreases. If Cl2 decreases, this equilibrium shifts in backward. So, COCl2 decreases, CO increases. So, amount of CO will decrease, not correct, amount of CO will increase, amount of SO2 Cl2 and COCl2 will increase, SO2 Cl2 increases but COCl2 decreases. So, this is partially correct. Amount of CO will remain unaffected, no, amount of CO will increase, amount of SO2 Cl2 and CO will increase, SO2 Cl2 increases, CO increases. So, this is the correct answer. Coming to the next one, ammonium carbamate, NH2COO NH4, when heated to 200 degrees Celsius gives a mixture of ammonia and CO2. So, let us write this equation. So, this is a balanced equation, 2 moles of ammonia and CO2, 2 3 6, right, it is balanced. 200 degrees Celsius gives a mixture of ammonia and with a density, see here, vapor density is given. So observed vapor density is given. Of the mixture is given, that is small d is given, that is 30. What is the degree of dissociation? Alpha of ammonium carbamate. So for dissociation, for this dissociation, what is n value? If 1 mole dissociates completely, you will get 2 moles of ammonia and 1 mole of CO2. So 2 plus 1, that is 3 moles. 3 particles you will get. So for alpha, this is capital D minus small d by small d into n minus 1. What about capital D? Capital D is molecular weight of reactant, that is before dissociation, by 2. So 2 nitrogens, 2 into 14, 28, 1 carbon, 12, 6 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, 32, 10, 16, 17, 18, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 78. So 78 by 2, that is 2 3s are 2 9s are, so 39 you will get. So substitute the values. 39 minus small d is 13, already it is given, n is 3, so 3 1 2 9 3 6, 13 into 2, get 1. So 1 is option D. Densities of diamonds are given. Diamond density is 3.5 grams per ml. Graphite density is 2.3. Diamond density is greater than graphite. Increase of pressure on the equilibrium. So this is the equilibrium. Carbon diamond in equilibrium with carbon graphite. See, when you apply pressure, volume decreases. When you apply pressure, volume decreases. If volume decreases, density increases. That means with increase in pressure, the equilibrium is shifted in a direction which has more density. So obviously here density of diamond is more compared to graphite. So if you increase the pressure, equilibrium has to shift in backward direction because its density is more. So with increase in pressure, volume decreases, density increases. So it favors more denser phase. So equilibrium shifts in backward direction. Next one, a reaction at equilibrium involving, remember at equilibrium it is mentioned that these are the values at equilibrium. A reaction at equilibrium involving 2 moles of each of PCl5, PCl3, Cl2 is maintained at 250 degrees, a total pressure of 3 atmosphere, the value of Kp. So number of moles are given at equilibrium. So at equilibrium, number of moles of PCl5 is given, number of moles of PCl3 is given, number of moles of Cl2, that is 2. So total moles will be equal to what for this reaction? PCl5 equilibrium, PCl3 plus Cl2, all are gases. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Remember this is at equilibrium. 2 moles of PCl5 is present, 2 moles of PCl3 is present, 2 moles of Cl2 at equilibrium. So total moles at equilibrium will be 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6. So Kp, partial pressure of PCl3, partial pressure of Cl2, partial pressure of PCl5. This is equal to mole fraction into total pressure. What is the mole fraction? Number of moles by total number of moles. Number of moles of PCl3 is 2, total number of moles is 6. Equilibrium pressure is given as 3. number of mole fraction of Cl2 into total pressure. Mole fraction of Cl2 is number of moles of Cl2 total number of moles into total pressure. Mole fraction into total pressure, mole fraction into total pressure. Here also same, number of moles at equilibrium 2, total number of moles 6 into total pressure at equilibrium. So what I will get, this will be cancelled. So you will get 1. 1 atmosphere. Next, initially the molar ratio of nitrogen hydrogen was 1:3. At equilibrium 50% of each has reacted. If equilibrium pressure is P, the partial pressure of ammonia at equilibrium is. So we are taking N2 gas plus 3H2 gas, equilibrium 2 moles of ammonia. So I am writing the balanced equation directly. So what is the stoichiometric mole ratio? 1 mole, 3 mole, 2 mole. Initially at time t equal to 0, we have 1 mole of nitrogen, 3 moles of hydrogen. So nothing is mentioned about ammonia, so I am taking 0. At equilibrium 50% of each has reacted, that means 50% of nitrogen and hydrogen are reacted. So alpha is 0.5, that is the meaning. So 50% of 1 is 0.5 mole reacted, 1:3. So 50% of this is 1.5 moles. At equilibrium 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. So for 1 you will get 2, for 0.5 you will get 1 mole. See carefully, if 1 mole reacts completely you will get 2 moles. But how many moles are actually converting? 0.5. For 1 if you get 2, then per 0.5 how much? So 2 into 0.5 by 1, that is nothing but 1. Or you can follow this method. For 3 you will get 2, for 1.5 how much? For 3 you will get 2 moles, for 1.5 how much? 1.5 into 2 by 3. Here also you will get 1, because they are reacting in 1:3 ratio. Right. What we require is partial pressure. Okay, total moles at equilibrium. All are gases. So 0.5 plus 1.5 plus 1. So this is 2 plus 1, 3. Partial pressure of ammonia at equilibrium. Mole fraction of ammonia. Okay, into total pressure, that is P. Mole fraction of ammonia is number of moles of ammonia, that is 1, by total number of moles, that is 3, into P. So you will get P by 3. Acid undergoes dimerization when dissolved in benzene. So if you take acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, when dissolved in benzene it undergoes dimerization. What is the meaning of dimerization? Two acetic acid molecules combine and exist or behave as one molecule in the solution. Two molecules combine and exist and behave like one molecule. So two different acetic acid molecule, two different molecules, they combine, they are combining through hydrogen bonding, they are associated through hydrogen bonding and behaves as a single molecule. So molecular mass of acetic acid is found to be 120. So observed molecular weight is 120. Right, anyway, two molecules combine and exist as one molecule. So here two molecules, here you have only one. So what is N equal to? N equal to 2. Number of molecules combining and existing as one molecule. So for association, alpha equal to capital D minus small d by small d into 1 by n minus 1. So we have to express in capital D and small d. All you have required is n. N represent number of molecules combining and existing is as single molecule. Two molecules combining and existing as single molecule. So n equal to 2. Here it becomes 1 by 2 minus 1. So minus half, if I'm d minus d, d into minus half. So to the numerator 2 multiplying with negative sign, d minus capital D by small d. So we'll get third option. Next question. If the equilibrium constant of a reaction is 0.25, so we are given a reaction 2HI equilibrium H2 gas plus I2, its equilibrium constant is 0.25. Okay, then the equilibrium constant of its reverse reaction. Let us assume equilibrium constant as K dash. So direct one, but if you are not comfortable with the formula, so what you have to do, write K. For this K is H2 I2 HI square, which is given as 0.25. According to the definition, K dash must be equal to HI square try to find the relation, try to express this in the form of K. So what I can write here, again write like this, whatever that is present in the denominator, that is nothing but K. So what is K? 1 by 0.25, that is 100 by 25, you will get 4. Equilibrium AB gas, equilibrium A gas plus B gas at a given temperature, 1/3 of AB is dissociated. So 1/3 of initial amount of AB is dissociated, then this ratio will be numerically equal to, so total pressure equilibrium by KPO. So we have to find KP equation first. So let us see AB gas, A gas plus B gas. So 1:1:1. So initial moles, nothing is given, so let us take 1 0 0. Number of moles reacted, 1/3 of A, I have taken 1 mole. 1/3 of 1 is nothing but 1 into 1 by 3, that is 1 by 3 is reacted. So at equilibrium, out of 1 mole 1/3 is reacted, left over is 1 minus 1 by 3, that is 2 by 3. So if 1 mole dissociate, you will get 1 mole of A and 1 mole of B. How many are reacting? 1 by 3. So we will get 1 by 3 of A, 1 by 3. 1 ki 1 aithe 1 by 3 ki 1 by 3. So total moles at equilibrium, all are gases, 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. So this is 2 plus 2. So you will get 4 by 3. We require Kp equation. So mole fraction at equilibrium, mole fraction at equilibrium, number of moles by total moles. So this is 1 by 2. Number of moles by total moles. So partial pressures at equilibrium. Assume the total pressure at equilibrium as P. So this becomes half into P, that is mole fraction into total pressure at equilibrium, mole fraction into total pressure at equilibrium, mole fraction into total pressure at equilibrium. So we have to find Kp. Kp equal to partial pressure of A partial pressure of B by partial pressure of AB. So partial pressure of A is P by 4, P by 4 by AB. AB is P by 2, right? PP cancels, so 2P by 16, so we will get P by 8. So KP equal to P by 8, P by KP equal to 8. So your answer is 8. Next question. SO2, Cl2 and Cl2 are introduced in a 3-liter vessel. So let us assume this is the equilibrium. The volume of the vessel is 3 liters. Partial pressure of SO2, Cl2 and Cl2 at equilibrium are given respectively. So partial pressure of this one and this one is given. Value of Kp. The value of Kp for this reaction is given. Okay, what we have to find? You have to find total pressure. Total pressure at equilibrium is, you have to find total pressure at equilibrium, right? So partial pressure at equilibrium, partial pressure of SO2 Cl2 is 1, partial pressure of Cl2 must be equal to partial pressure of SO2, that is equal to 2. So this is not the case, so it is 2. So we have to first find partial pressure of SO2. For that Kp is given, Kp equal to partial pressure of SO2 plus partial pressure of Cl2, partial pressure of SO2 Cl2, which is given as 10. So partial pressure of SO2 equal to 10 into partial pressure of SO2 Cl2, that is 1 by Cl2. So we will get 5 atmosphere. Total pressure at equilibrium, partial pressure of SO2 Cl2, partial pressure of Cl2, partial pressure of SO2. So SO2 Cl2 partial pressure is, how much it is given as? 1 atmosphere. Cl2 it is given as 2. SO2 we got as 5. 5 plus 2 plus 1, that is 8 atmosphere. అయిపోయిందా?
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.